Greetings. Happy New Year. Happy Friday. What is going on, everybody? How we all doing? Sorry, I'm trying to fix something here. Thought my Instagram was live. Guess not. Whatever. That's fine. We're just going to remove it. All right. There we go. It's a new year. It's 2025. How was everybody's New Year's? It's been, well, I'm going to get into it, I guess, but what a crazy start of 2025 already. So, if this is your first time on here, welcome. This is your HMG Weekly Wrap Up. I'm Adam Bird, founder of HMG, and thank you for being here. This week, we're going to set our sights on some goals, opportunities for what's ahead, and we're going to talk about news headlines and stuff. We are going to discuss the tragedies that unfolded on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day there in New Orleans and down in Vegas. Hit on some other news topics, as well as discuss what you missed on the podcast this week. So, let's start off. I want to give a shout out to Army quarterback Bryson Daly. Got to watch him play in a few games live this year. Phenomenal individual. Senior West Point quarterback. Shatters the NCAA record in his bowl performance. Army played in the Independence Bowl this past Saturday. Bryson broke the FBS record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a season with 32 rushing touchdowns, running for 3 scores last Saturday in Army's 27-6 victory over Louisiana Tech. Daly ran for 127 yards on 27 carries, was 2 of 9 of passing for 65 yards. And the Army ended its season with a 12-2 record. Only 2 losses this past year were to Notre Dame and Navy. So, Bryson Daly, like I said, he's a senior, so he is graduating. He's moving on into his Army career now. I believe he's an infantry officer. So, Bryson, thank you for a great year. Awesome job, and all the best to you, young man. Appreciate you. What do we got going on for 2025? Have you guys thought about your goals? How many of you out there do the, I talked about this a little bit last week. How many of you actually write down your goals or your resolutions, I think is what they want to call them, right? How many of you write those down? And I'm going to just take a second here. I'm going to share this out because I know we had some technical difficulties this morning right out the bat. So I'm going to get some more people on here. But what are your resolutions? If you're willing to share them, leave them in the comments below. What do you guys have? Tell you mine. Mine is, personally, I want to lose 20 pounds by March, and I'm working on that already. So, what are some of your guys' New Year's resolutions or goals? I write down stuff every day, stuff I want to get accomplished. So I have like daily goals of stuff that I want to get accomplished. I do have some I have not everyday goal, 90-day goals, and then goals that I want to achieve for the year for both personal and business related kind of thing. So as you watch this, whether you're watching now live on any one of the platforms or you watch this later on throughout the weekend, as most of you do, leave a comment below and let us know what your goals are for 2025. Hopefully, I think another one for HMG is to just be more as a positive effect on the heroes community as a whole. Let's get into some topics, because you guys know that that's some of my favorite things to do is hit some of these news articles that come out. And if you've been watching and following us for a while, you guys know that one of my favorite people to talk about, and I say that with all the sarcasm, is Mr. Bill Gates. Bill Gates is back in the news. Gates-backed researchers develop mosquito flying syringes. Now, we've talked a little bit about this in past shows. The difference is that there's some new stuff that's out now. In a groundbreaking, controversial development, researchers backed by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have unveiled a novel method of malaria vaccinations. Genetically modified mosquitoes acting as flying syringes. Breitbart had reported this earlier in the week. Scientists at Linden University Medical Center in the Netherlands developed a method via which mosquitoes deliver modified malaria parasites directly into the human bloodstream, according to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine. The research involved alternating malaria parasites so that they stop developing at a certain stage. This effectively taught the immune system to recognize and fight the disease without causing a full-blown infection. Excuse me. The modified parasites named GA1 and GA2 are introduced into mosquitoes, which were then used to deliver the vaccine to human test subjects via the bites. Now, they did this on 4 or 5 dozen people. Some took it, some didn't. But look this up. It was pretty interesting. Should we be concerned that they are injecting mosquitoes and wanting to use mosquitoes as flying syringes for delivering medicine to human people? I can't imagine what could possibly go wrong, or if anybody would do anything controversial. This is controversial in and of itself. Travis, good morning to you, brother. I am looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. In fact, we need to get on a phone call here, so I'll try to reach out to you this afternoon if you're going to be around, or hit me up this weekend. Appreciate you jumping on. So, mosquito flying syringes, and the fact that it was backed by the Bill Gates or Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, this shouldn't come as a shocker to us at all. How this man still draws breath is mind-boggling to me. So, they really do. Money is power. There's that saying, money is power. This is a prime example. So look this up. There was a good article on it. There's several articles on it. Gates-backed research developed mosquito flying syringes. Check that out. Next up, China's president says no one can stop the reunification with Taiwan. Now, we've seen this happening for the last, I want to say several years. I've talked about this being a big issue. What do we have here? True Patriot Outfit. Good morning to you. Appreciate you jumping on, brother. Thank you. Is there going to be a war with China? That's something we've always talked about, particularly when the stuff going on with Taiwan. It was 7, 8. God, it might even have been 10 years ago now when they started building those man-made islands in the South China Sea. I predicted it back then that this was going to be an issue, and lo and behold, we are there now. No one can stop China's reunification with Taiwan, says the Chinese president in his New Year's speech on Tuesday, laying down a clear warning to what Beijing regards as pro independent forces within and outside of the island of 23 million people. In the past year, Beijing has stepped up its military pressure near Taiwan, sending warships and planes uh, almost daily into the waters and airspace around the island in what Taiwanese officials view as a creeping effort to normalize China's military presence. Is this a big issue? Is this something that we should worry about? Are we going to get involved if China invades Taiwan? What's going to happen? That's a question for you guys. I want to hear some of you guys' answers. Go ahead and leave a comment what your thoughts are. Are we gonna end up at war with China over Taiwan? Or is this something that we're gonna let go? Now, again, China is already over the last several years have been causing strife in the South China Sea. That's a big area for exporting, goods and stuff to the US. What's gonna happen? Only time will tell, I guess. But check that out. It's going to be interesting. And the fact that happened here at the beginning of the year raises quite the eyebrow. Let's see. I'm going to skip these two. I'm going to go to this one here. I'll come back to those two here in a second. Apple to pay $95 million in settlement for Siri listening to your private conversations. I laugh because to me it's funny. Not funny like they're listening to your conversations, but let's be honest. You haven't had any privacy since cell phones were were made. It came out. Voice assistants typically react when people use hot words such as "Hey Siri." Mine's off. Just making sure. Two plaintiffs said that their mentions of Air Jordan sneakers and Olive Garden restaurants triggered ads for those products. Others said that he got ads for a brand name surgical treatment after discussing it with he thought privately with his doctor. The class period runs from September 17th, 2014 to December 31st, 2024. It began when Siri incorporated the Hey Siri feature that allegedly led to unauthorized recordings. Again, here's the thing about cell phones and this thing with Apple. Apple, I've joked around. I know there's been people that have said like Alexa, what's some of the other home systems that you use. Google has one, whatever. Anyway, when you like you're not, it's not private. They could listen to this stuff. There's been interviews. Navy SEAL, he mentioned that you could that's why they stopped using batteries, because you used to take the battery out. You thought you would that the phone was dead. That's not the case. They could still listen in. There's technology built into these phones. Where are these phones built? Where are the parts coming from? Think about it. There's no such thing as privacy anymore. Oh, here we go. Dr. Adams. Thank you, sir, for jumping on. First up, Happy New Year to you. Bob, it's good to see you. I'm going to put this up here. Bob made a good comment here. Wow. We need more than what we have. Interesting. Okay. So my question, causes, that's huge. Those are huge numbers. My question is, and this is going to be a little conspiracy, Dr. Adams, is using the mosquitoes. Good call. Or is it going to get abused and they're going to start putting other things in the mosquitoes and using that and forcing people? And I think it goes back to the vaccine thing. And that's because, COVID was still, is still fairly fresh, only a few years old. So anyway, great comment. Thank you for that, Dr. Adams. I very much appreciate that. All right, back to Apple. No privacy, and we'll get into that here in just a second because I want to talk about the unfortunate incidences that happened uh, earlier this week on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Bourbon Street reopens following the deadly act of terrorism. That was one of the headlines this week. The U.S. Army veteran who drove a pickup truck into the crowd of New Year's Eve acted alone. The FBI said on Thursday. So this particular one came out yesterday, reversing its position from Wednesday that said he likely worked with others carrying out a deadly attack being investigated as an act of terrorism inspired by the Islamic State group. I want to put this out there right now. Some of you have emailed me and have texted me, why am I not saying anything on social media about it? Well, there's two reasons. One, everybody's talking about it right now. And two, had I said anything about it in the beginning of the week, I'd be changing the story and giving updates today on stuff that it wasn't clear. We are not the, you're not coming to me to find out, oh, this, that, and the other thing, or the lives and here and now, recent updates. I talk about this stuff on the weekly wrap ups. There's a reason why I do it on Friday and it collects stuff throughout the week, because by the time we do it on Friday, shit's changed 3-4 times. Excuse my language, but the story has changed several times just in the last 48 hours. Updates have been made. The fact that it's an Army veteran, it stings, a little bit, a lot, I think. But this is something that I think we called 2-3 years ago, maybe even longer. The next big thing that happens is probably going to be a military veteran, unfortunately. I'm not going to go too much on the Bourbon Street and the New Orleans one because I'm still doing a lot of research on that one. I do think it's important to mention Sean Ryan, no affiliation with the show. He's a former Navy SEAL. He's got a show, the Sean Ryan Show. He had Sarah Adams on, who I believe is a former CIA person. I think she's CIA. Did an interview with her, and it's an incredible interview with a lot of information that's very eye-opening, and I encourage you all to go check it out. And it's a free shout out to Sean. Does a good so with the interview with Sarah Adams. There's a lot to take in when she talks about the terrorists that are here in the United States that have been, been part of it. Ties it in with open borders, ties it in with different organizations that are being funded. And you look at, how we pulled out of Afghanistan and all the weapons and vehicles and everything else that we left there. It's just a slew of things. And you start putting that puzzle piece together and you're like, oh crap, here we go. What's going to happen this year? So that's unfortunate, but let's move on to the next one because there was another incident that happened in Las Vegas in front of the Trump Tower, which was pretty scary. It was just there several months ago, I was just there in October. But authorities used this particular one I'm going to talk about. Authorities used the Tesla data to track Cybertruck before bombing, raising privacy concerns. And that's why I brought up the Apple one first, because I wanted to talk about this too. But the Tesla vehicle and records from the Cybertruck are providing key insights into the New Year's Day explosion in Las Vegas. Data that may not have been available decades ago, which raised troubling questions about how governments and companies track personal travel information. Authorities continue to investigate whether it is an act of terrorism and trace to the Cybertruck's route from Denver to Las Vegas using Tesla's charging station records and other data commonly collected by car manufacturers. I'm gonna put this one up here. I got this off of Apple News. This is just one of the many articles that are out there right now that are talking about this. Another, the cyber truck incident. Well, let me talk about the privacy stuff here. Here's why. Again, you don't have any privacy. If you have a cell phone, they could track you that way. These Tesla vehicles and stuff, these electric vehicles, I'm not a fan of personally. They're cool. I'm not gonna lie, they're cool. They're not environmentally friendly, but they do have some cool features. But then at the same time, you're like, they can track you, they can shut it down. There's a whole bunch of other things that go into that. But they're raising a good point here. Here's the thing. The good thing is they can track this to see where he charged the truck on his way from Denver to Las Vegas. So they can track all of that stuff and maybe come up with, what really happened. Here's the other thing. Some people were saying, well, maybe they put on the auto drive and that's what happened, and something happened, and just maybe he was already dead when he got to the Trump, and the truck blew up and whatnot. There's a lot of different theories out there with that. The thing with that is when you stop, you have to physically get out and plug the vehicle in. So my question is, I haven't seen this yet. Maybe if those of you that are tracking this story, let me know or leave a comment below. But have they gone back to the charging stations area to check video footage to see if he physically got out of the truck? Was it somebody else that charged the vehicle? And here's another thing. As far as I know, you're talking about, you can put remote controls on vehicles. Was somebody else controlling the vehicle? Was the driver already deceased when he got there? And then here's the other thing: the body was so bad that they only found the ID, and they said they recognized it by tattoos. I think that was the other thing that the article that I just posted, I think said. So there's a lot of what ifs still, but the veteran community, I mean, it's the fact that it was 2 Army vets, in different situations and whatnot. It's just it's sad. Was this a terrorist attack on the Trump one? I don't think it was. I think you're seeing more and more. There was one article I read where they interviewed the man's wife and said that allegedly there was some infidelity or whatnot. That's another story that's going on out there, and this is why I don't like covering this stuff during the week or right after it happens, is because there's so many things that are up in the air and people just want to do this, grab, put it out there. And by the time we get here to Friday, I mean, shit, I was looking at this stuff last night and this morning, and there was 12 different articles that said, 6 different things on it. So why am I giving it to you guys today? You guys know. And if some of you are here for the first time, it's because I want you guys to put the puzzle pieces together yourself. I just kind of present this stuff, what I think is interesting, and then we moving forward. But again, tragic what happened in New Orleans. Very sad for the people that passed. My condolences to the families, the victims. The Tesla stuff, you hate to see stuff like that, but that's raising a lot of concern and what's going to happen moving forward, I think, with the electric vehicles, as well as what was the motive behind it and what was it political. Some people right off the bat said, oh, it was a political statement. And it turns out that the guy, what was it? They interviewed some of his family members and said he was a big Trump supporter. So you can't really say that's politically motive, that way either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Interesting to see what happens. All right, let's move on. Let's get into some other stuff here. I'm going to post another link here. Some of yous can see me in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, Thursday, January 16th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Renaissance in Orlando at SeaWorld. I will be down for Military Creator Con, and we got some great speakers coming down. Travis, who was in here a little bit earlier, Travis is going to be down there. Patty Catter, those of you that have been watching us for a while, Patty's a longtime friend. Patty's going to be coming on. and joining us as well with a slew of other great guests and lineup that they have down there. Military Creator Con, Thursday, January 16th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Renaissance Orlando at SeaWorld. It's happening inside of PodFest this year. So Military Creator Con, it's happening inside of PodFest. I just gave you the Eventbrite link where you can get your tickets still. So hope to see you guys down there. If you're going to be down there, let me know. Let's link up, break bread, have a coffee, what have you. And it'd be great to see everybody. So I would love to see everybody down there. What else? We got something new going on here at Heroes Media Group. Recently started the Maker's Machine. That is our own networking. It's our own. Why can't I think of the name? Holy crap! Mastermind group. Started this with Shay Sparks. Shay Sparks from the Shay Sparks Show. She's part of the HMG family. We now are offering the Maker's Machine Mastermind Group. We meet up every Thursday, and we have 3 openings left. We're taking 10 people. We've already had 7 people sign up. We've got 3 openings left. And if you're interested, what it is we meet on Thursdays for an hour. Shay and I, well, if you have a business that you're starting or a podcast that you're looking to start, or it's one of those like we're building a community that can help each other grow and move to the next step. And right now it's just starting off, so it's free to those, but we got 3 openings left. If you're interested, drop me a DM or email me at media@heroesmediagrp.com. And I don't know why I don't have that. Yeah, do that right there. Right there. Media@heroesmediagrp. And I spelled it right. I'm on a roll this week. Yes. So if you're interested to joining our mastermind group, they meet up on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's for an hour. We keep it to an hour or less. We got 7 people already. We got room for 3 more. If you're interested, let me know. And that's, and if you want more information on it or want to talk offline about it too, great. Just send me a DM or hit me up, and we'll talk about it. So we're excited about that. I think that's something big that's going to be happening. Rich, good morning, brother. Happy New Year to you, man. Hope you had a good trip. Let's talk about some of the new shows. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Yes. I'll tell you something. You want to start the year off right? Before I get into the shows, let me talk. Dr. Bob just posted something up here. 6 Days of Impossible Navy SEAL Hell Week. Swordsandsteels.com. This here is an amazing book. I had the privilege and the honor of working with Dr. Adams. God, it's been a couple years now. Great book. Go check out his stuff here. Let me throw that up there one more time. You guys see that? Robert Adams, great human, period. Thanks, Doc. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to what do we got? New show coming later this month. I'm excited about this one. It's called The Underwater Advisor with Nick Epler. Nick's a great guy. What is he going to talk about? Find out more very, very soon. That's all I can tell you. That's all he's allowed me to say right now. Underwater Advisor coming soon. Check it out. Stay tuned. We got a new website. HeroesMediaGroup.com did a whole overhaul. And if you haven't been to the site, go check it out. Now, we're still working on a few things. And the fact that it was Christmas and New Year's, working out some of the kinks still. People were on break and visiting families and whatnot. You think it'd be a little frustrating. And if I'm missing any emails from anybody, I apologize. You can email me, Adam at Heroes Media GRP or at Media GRP, Heroes Media GRP. Send them over and I'll get that to you. We had to switch servers, so we had some issues and we were down for about 48 hours over the holidays. but I'm excited about 2025 and the new shows that we have coming on board. I love the shows that we have right now. I get to meet some of them for the first time here in a couple of weeks, and we got some stuff coming up, which reminds me, um, like I said, Podfest, January 16th, or excuse me, Military Creator Con at Podfest, January 16th. And then Podfest is from the 16th through the 19th. I'll be in Orlando that whole time. So if you're going to Podfest this year, let me know. We come back from that. We go to, not going to, might be going to the inauguration. Not sure. Haven't decided on that yet. February 1st through February 9th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, we'll be at the NRA's Great American Outdoor Show. If you are a hunter or an angler, this is where you want to be. It is just a awesome, awesome show. It's the world's largest hunting and fishing outdoor show in the world. 9 days of just true bliss for all you hunters and anglers out there. Come up, check it out for at least a day or two. You'll be glad that you did. That's it for. Oh no, that's it for now. So that's where we're going to be. So stay tuned for that. Check us out. We'll be doing lives and stuff like that on both of those events. What do we got for shows? True Patriot Outfitters, their Doc Talk podcast this week. They did a New Year's Eve show. As they look ahead for 2025, they talk about lessons learned in 24. They had team members and special guests stop by to share their resolutions. It's always fun to listen to this show. Gene does a great job, and we're just blessed to have this outfit on the network. What do we got here? Let me catch up here. Yes. Jesus, hey, listen, if he wasn't on the other side of the planet, he'd be at it as well. Yeah, no, you're good. Next year. It's a fun show. It's a fun show to get to. All right, what do we got next? Faith, Valor, Growth is back this week. Stories of faith, real estate, and kidney health. Interesting combo. This week they engage in profound discussion with their special guest, Donnell Webb, who's a former Navy serviceman, an experienced police officer who has overcome personal and professional challenges with deep faith and unwavering courage. The episode talks about Donnell's recent health scare and his miraculous recovery and how faith played a crucial role throughout his ordeal. I think you're going to see a lot more faith in 2025. I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking that that's what it is. There he is. There's my man, Ken. Ken, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you jumping on as always. Thank you. Next up, we got the strategic veteran. For all you military people, do you want post-military success? This Marine strategy works. There's a Marine joke in there somewhere. Learn from Marine veteran Derek Keller's post-military success strategy. Discover how he navigated the transition from military to civilian life and found success in the business world. He founded Battlefield Boardroom. It's a program dedicated to aiding veterans in transitioning to civilian life. It's a good episode. Check it out. It's called The Strategic Veteran. And next up, we got Homefront Sitrep Podcast. Army Marine veteran Killian Shelton, who has recently transitioned out of the Marine Corps back into the civilian sector, discusses the differences between Army and Marine Corps basic boot camp. Here's a fun thing. As I was listening to this show and watching a little bit of it, I got to thinking about how many people I knew that went from the Army into the Marine Corps. And I think, as I think back, there's at least 3 or 4 that I knew that started off in the Army and then went into the Marine Corps. One guy I served with, Ron Ayers, my buddy Ron, started off in the Army and then he ended up in the Marine Corps, and he was all Marine and has been like that as long as I've known him. Travis McVeigh, our good friend Travis McVeigh from Heroes Vodka, started off in the Army and ended up in the Marine Corps as well. So a lot of it's just interesting. Usually you hear from the Marines to Air. I've seen Marines go to Air Force to Army Guard and stuff like that, but Army to Marine Corps. Anyway, good episode. Homefront Sit Rep Podcast. Check it out. Real quick, don't forget, guys and gals, you can check out all the podcast shows that we have right here on HMG. Simply going to heroesmediagroup.com. Go check it out. In fact, let me switch that up just a little bit. This is what you're watching. We're not even gonna put that up there. Let's just take that off for now. All right. Next up, we got the JMac podcast. Our man Josh down in Phoenix, Arizona. This week he's talking with USMC veteran Brett Nibel. Josh and Brett have a heartfelt conversation. They explore the life and service, unique challenges of maintaining a marriage during active duty, and his transformation work with merging vets and players, MVP. I love this organization. I know several people over there. It's a nonprofit organization. It's dedicated to empowering combat veterans and former professional athletes by connecting them and fostering a renewed sense of purpose and community. Great organization. We've had several people on in the past from this organization. Check it out. Merging vets and players. It's, like I said, good organization. Listen to the full episode at the JMac podcast. Next up, Patriots Inside the Wire. Tracy Two Steps. Met her for the first time. Gold Star mother. She was up in Pennsylvania, over in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Drove over, met with her last week. Sit down conversation for about an hour. She does 2 shows a week right now. You check them out. Wednesday night's the big show, so make sure you go check it out. Patriots Inside the Wire. Next up, Bump in the Road. Love this show. This week, at 51 years old, Chris Cornell, who, if you want to follow him on X, is the biggest comeback, at biggest comeback, found himself weighing 278 pounds, struggling to regain control of his health and fitness. Despite decades of trying various methods, nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until he reached out to a doctor friend who recommended Gary Tribusie's book, Why We Get Fat. This book was a catalyst Chris needed. Introduced him to the concept of low carbohydrate diet, which ultimately helped him lose 80 pounds of body fat sustainably. Chris talks more about his journey, a powerful reminder that it is never too late to make meaningful changes in your life. I think this is a perfect time for this particular episode because it's the beginning of the year, and hence everybody, you think you go to the gym, and now I joked the other morning I went to the gym. I'd been out. It was my first time back at the gym in like 4 months. I had some back problems I was dealing with and a few other things, and finally with travel. So I finally got to the gym, and I was like, all right, who are my new friends going to be, this year? Wasn't very many. Hey, Darwin, great to see you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for jumping on. Next up, Arms Room Show. The OGs of HMG. I love saying that. I don't know why. Arms Room Show every Monday, 2 p.m. Arizona. That's Mountain Standard Time right now, I believe. Ken, am I wrong on that? Ken, if you're still on. Is it Mountain Standard Time right now? Anyway, Arms Room Show this week. They're doing their end of the year review. And they're talking about what's coming out for 2025. Strap on your seatbelt if you listen to this one. They got a bunch of stuff in 2025 coming up. And let me put this out there. If you want to do any type of medical training, dirt training, stop the bleed classes, if you want to do any types of firearm trainings, go to independenceaz.com or just reach out to the Arms Room Show. They train all over the country. I think they're in like 30, 40 states, something like that. Anytime I have a gun question or a firearms question or get prepared type question, it's I go to Glenn and the folks over there. Glenn is done a great friend. Go check out the Arms Room Show. Follow them on Facebook or Instagram. They put out a ton of content. Seriously. All right, next up, Misfit Nation podcast. This week, Morgan Lorette, author of Guns, Girls, and Greed. He was a Blackwater mercenary in Iraq. Morgan served in the Air Force, later became a Blackwater mercenary, providing protection in Iraq from 2004 to 2005. A veteran of the Iraq War, he also served in the Army as an Army intelligence officer. With a master's from Trust University, he wrote a book that exposes the realities of private military contracting. Some of us have been over there, talked with, even worked with some contractors. It's an interesting perspective. This was a cool interview. Misfit Nation podcast. Check it out. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. Every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Excuse me. This week, awesome episode. They got AJ Richards from the farm on the show. AJ's been a long-time personal friend of mine, and what he's done with this new business called From the Farm has been absolutely amazing. He started from the farm to really kind of fight the war on our food sovereignty that's going on right now. It's a concept for real world where we, the people, take care of our people. To do this, we need to make good choices and make healthy food available to everyone. Buy local farms. Check out fromthefarm.io. Go check it out. It will link you up with local farmers in your area. Out here, I got a local farm that I purchased. I've bought the last 2 years. I've bought a cow from, or a half a cow from. Excuse me. And before I did that, I consulted with AJ on what to look for, how to, non-GMOs, do this, that, and the other thing. Great. It's the best thing that we've done for ourselves here in this household. So go check this episode out. With that, they also have first-time guest Billy Ray Whitten. He's been a great friend of theirs. He's a singer-songwriter sharing his service and then puts the experience into some of his songs. And he shares 2 of the songs on the show. So make sure you check this one out as well, as they have new guest Billy Ray on singing for them. So that's the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They also do another kind of their own wrap-up during the week on Monday nights as well. So go follow them. You can see them live here on HMG or on their Facebook page, People's Patriot Project. Next up, we got the other side of the firewall. This week, the host discussed the critical need for AI governance in business, especially in light of the increasing use of AI technologies. They explore historical content of technology regulation and interconnections of privacy and cybersecurity and the implications of user consent. This is going to be big. This is an episode that everybody needs to listen to because this is stuff that it's coming. It's already here. We're already in the US. We're already behind on this stuff. Other side of the firewall. Check it out. Stay with me. I got one more. Pushing back chaos. Chaos. Guys are back. They recap a year while answering questions from the listeners. They cover highlights of the show from the year, plus their own personal life, some of the highlights from their own personal life. Discuss moving from across the world, from the desert back to the land down under with Melon, to overcoming injury with Mike, to being present and maximizing family time with both. This year, this last year for Pushing Back Chaos was incredible. It was a crazy year. A lot went on. The guys talk about it in this episode. I love talking to these guys. It's and they put out a lot of good content. And there's a a bunch of new stuff that they are working on right now for 2025 that's going to be absolutely mind-boggling to people. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna love this. Ryan Hunt, I see you there, man. What's going on, brother? Pushing Back Chaos. So check it out. Let me give a shout out real quick. Shout out to Forget Genetics, veteran-owned business. They were one of network sponsors this year. My Tax Fella, it's getting to be tax season. It's already around the corner. If you need help, go to mytaxfella.com. Thank you. They've been a long-time network supporter. Appreciate you. Motorcycle safety lawyers. If you ride motorcycles, they need to be on your speed dial, plain and simple. Go check them out. The Freedom People, great nonprofit organization. Jim Neerig's Live Bait and Tackle. I just talked to Jim and Gina yesterday, along with Warriors on the Water LTD. Great veteran-owned organizations. Thank you guys for your support. We'll be seeing you guys soon. JB Auto Clothiers, always making me look snazzy. Love what they do. If you're looking to get a new jacket or suit, let me know. I can get you guys hooked up. Our sister company, HMG Beverage, go to hmgbeverage.com or hmgcoffee.com. Use promo code HMG. You get a discount as you check out. And then new sponsor for this year, Fin Tactical. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Fin Tactical, check these guys out. They helped us do the new HMG website. They're also going to be updating and doing a complete overhaul for the HMG Beverage website as well. So blessed to have all of those sponsors and new sponsors for moving into 2025. Thank you. Thank you all very much. And then thank you guys. Let's make 2025 our best year yet. What can I and HMG do for you, the viewers, the listeners out there? What are topics that you guys want to talk about? I can tell you this. I'm working on right now having a special guest, hopefully next week, fingers crossed. We're going to talk more about some of the cyber issues that are going on. We're going to talk about drones, hopefully. And I'm not going to say who that special guest is quite yet, but he's a military intelligence officer. That's who I'm trying to get on, or a retired military intelligence officer. He's written a dozen plus books. If you're interested on coming onto the show on the weekly wrap up, if you got something you want to promote or something you want to discuss, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm not going to talk about free coffee. Don't think I don't see what you said there, Ken. Smooth how you put it in there. Free coffee. Let's talk. Maybe we should have a competition. What should we do? Let's have a game. You guys come up with a game, and whoever wins it will win. Will win some coffee. I'm not sure how much coffee yet, but let's play a game. Let's do a game. What do you guys want to play? What should we do? Let's have some type of competition. What should that be to win some coffee? What are you guys' thoughts? There you go, Ken. Now we talked about it. But if you got a topic or something that you guys want me to talk about or dive into a little bit more, send me a message on Facebook or email me, or send us a message on Instagram. You can reach us at Heroes Media GRP. That's our handle on all social platforms. Just reach out. Let me know what you guys think. Seriously. 2025, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a year of changing our mindset. Is stuff going to happen? Yep. Shit always happens. Excuse me. It always happens. But we can control our reaction to those things. That's my challenge to you. Try to find the positive in a negative situation, I guess. And sometimes that's really hard to do. But let's move forward and let's get this year started off right. Come together. Protect your mind. Don't believe crap that you watch on mainstream media. This stuff here, keep it limited. Learn something. Let's learn some new stuff this year. Anyway, I'm blabbing. I'll stop. I'm going to get off my soapbox because quite honestly, that's all the time I got for today. What do we have here? Ken has to. Well, we'll talk, Ken. We'll talk. Listen, guys. In all seriousness, from the bottom of my heart, Let's make 2025 our best year yet. If you know somebody that wants to start a podcast or that has a podcast and wants to be part of a positive network, have them reach out to us here at Heroes Media Group. We would love to have them on our network. If you're an author and you want your manuscript turned into a audiobook, hit us up, let us know. We're just wrapping up one of our productions for one of the new books that are coming out in April. So we're excited about that as well. Let us know. I appreciate all of you for joining me today. Let's make 2025 our best year yet. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys next week. You guys take care.